is going on, guys? Today we have got Tielemans, the 89 rated centre mid for Aston Villa. Now the big question is, can he get the quadruple upgrade, making him a 93 rated card? He's got himself the long ball pass and also the first touch. Stat wise, looks a pretty nice upgrade. He's obviously come from an 82 all the way up to this 89 rated card as well. So we've got him in the club again. So the big question with him, what can he actually do? He's a 4-star, 5-star, which is a decent upgrade from obviously the previous version. We've obviously got the stats, a 32 pace increase, which is magnificent in itself. 11 physicality, 13 defending, 6 on the passing, 8 dribbling, and 7 pace. Massive, massive upgrade. He's also got a 4-star, 5-star, which, to be fair to him, he had prior to this. You can technically make an 89 out of him, but the pace will definitely not live up. 317,000, which most definitely isn't the worst in the world. Little bit expensive, but when you think of Aston Villa at the moment, they're in form, but then they're not at the same time. They could quite easily go 4 undefeated, but then also they could lose 4 in a row. Well, I've grew up around Villa, so I pretty much know their ins and outs of their seasons, but they're having a good one this year. We will have a look at the end at their fixtures and see what the likely chance of the upgrade is. That's the bit that you're gambling on. So anyway, back to the card. 4-star, 5-star, centre mid CDM. Pace-wise, massive increase, which is nice. Shooting, decent long shot, I like to see it. Good passing, dribbling, great composure, agility, balance, bit of defending, little bit of physicality. Obviously, we need the goal of the assist, 2 wins, 3 appearances, 11 goals. He has got the long ball pass, the first touch. He's also got finesse, power shot, incisive, pinged, tiki-taka, and technical as the play styles. Now, in terms of chemistry, I'm thinking it's quite an easy one, to be honest. In terms of making him that box-to-box, that shadow really has got to be in there, surely. So if we was to do it, I think we could do it on the card as well. If we was to go with the shadow, it would... what would it change him to? So he's already controlled. Would make him mostly explosive with 90 pace, 89 defending. Meaning he comes into a 90 centre mid, 89 DM or 89 cam. I feel like that's probably the option a lot of people are going to choose. So let's go with that shadow. Let's jump into him and see if he's worth 300,000. If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable. But make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders. Oh, cheeky future star Zidane. Right, ping it straight into his feet. Got to be a little bit of a foul, surely. I was going to say, he's got the first touch plus, which is always going to be nice in the centre mid variety because they are going to have that pass pinged into their feet, be able to turn on the 2 pence, give the ball away, which is exactly what we want. But then also, the whole point of something like this would be perfect to spread the play, especially if you have got them wingers that obviously are more... Oh, that's... okay, then that's not the ball we want. With the wingers that are drawn to going out wide, got a great amount of pace, it's going to be an interesting one to see where he comes in. Obviously, with this card, it's going to be absolutely massive for the upgrades because a 93 Tielemans could be phenomenal. His agility balance feels nice as well. Obviously, that passing, it's perfect. I love a long ball pass. If he had, to be fair, I like the first, first touch plus. But if he did have pinged pass and long ball pass, that would be outstanding as well. Gets the ball back nicely. See, we got a bit of a turn if we can. He's, like I say, that agility is lovely. Zidane is going to run over him, though. He gets the foul. So, I mean, technically, he didn't lose it, which is more than enough. But his turn is absolutely brilliant, which is exactly what you want from a centre mid. Comfortable on the ball, managing to get it into his feet, which is always nice. I'm going to see him one more. Oh, he was waiting, wasn't he? The defensive ability is the question mark because he is very forward-thinking with his play. That's a good ball as well. See, that's where the long ball pass is going to be perfect for him. But in terms of kind of the defending side of it, that's the bit that I'm interested in because we're having to almost put the defensive side onto him because he's going to have that shadow. Good ball forward. But so far, so good. I like agility balance on him. I like the passing of him, obviously. Go on, get the whack on that. I like the pace on him. He seems a decent card enough to maybe put that question on. What do we got? 94, 84, 89, 81. I mean, it's not the worst free kick stars we've got. Into him. Push out. Standard stuff for him. Very nice indeed. Always looking for that ball away. Ooh, yeah, still gets it away. That's nice. Good touch as well from Baka. Best is going to try something and get a free kick at the minimum. I just think 300k, he seems more expensive. Like it's a weird one because you've got obviously the 88 rated SBC, the 86 and then just the 84 with an inform. I feel like he should be more expensive. It's weird. It doesn't seem like he should be 300, I suppose. Get that ball away. He's going to watch. Oh, that's a great pass. Ooh, Kev putting up all of the problems there. We get the ball back. Nice. Trying to think of the best partner for him, to be honest. That's a great turn. Gets the pace out as well. Oh, he's offside trapped perfectly there. But if you think about it, what we've got with the Shadow is ended up mostly explosive. 88 on that defending. Physicality a little bit weaker. Maybe you want someone a bit more physical in the mid. That is more than plausible. Pace should be good. Shooting's decent. Obviously got a decent amount of passing alongside that long ball pass as well. You could go a couple of options, to be honest. I don't know if you'd need... You could go another DM, to be honest. You definitely could go more defensive if you really wanted to, depending on how balanced you want that midfield. You could definitely go for like a Bellingham type that is more box to box with kind of defending and attacking attributes, very much like Tielemans, to be honest. Get that pass. Oh, it's enough. Can we get another? Beautiful. Should we go for the Travella? Oh, no. Oh, Tielemans, get the ball back. Get the ball back. Defensive ability, it's okay. Like, it's good enough. I feel like in the moments, this guy just loves the long ball pass to the wings. It's a great ball out to Best as well. I'm going to try something. Get the ball back at the very minimum. I haven't really got my wingers set up for the long ball pass either, to be fair. Best is going to do the exact same that his is done and then go for the little turn inside. Look for the... Oh, I was looking for the Mbappe if I could. But in terms of a partner, you could easily go any midfielder, to be honest with him. I think he acts as kind of that complete box-to-box, defending, attacking. He's got the whole package in him, really. And it was 89 defending, not 88. I was looking at something else. So you've got the arguments across the board. That is a rubbish that is a rubbish pass. I've went on a 50 pence there, and it's not worked out well for me. But I must admit, we're running in with Putiela's Team of the Year at the moment. Or can we go for that finesse? Maybe not. So I think they're both very similar in terms of the aspect of a centre mid. But if you was looking at something like a Fantasy Rice, like I say with Bellingham, you could definitely get away with either of them and they're absolutely fine. Looking for that one more touch into Eto's. Gonna go for that Travella as well. Good interception. What can we find here? Oh, I see him there as well. Oh, it's beautiful. One more into Georgie Best. And Allison with a save. You know he is absolutely fuming at that turn. Oh, and it's a double as well. He's done. He's done. So going into the overall form then, 316, what we're looking at an 88, 86, 84 with an inform. So I think in terms of pricing, it's probably about on, to be honest, because the guy's got some stats. We're obviously going to go for the Shadow, as everybody else saying the same. Shadow, Maestro, and Engine. Okay, what do they do then? So Shadow, 90 pace, 89 defending. Wax everything up. Obviously the physicality just is what it is a little bit. Maestro's got 4 dribbling, 4 passing, 3 shooting. I don't think that's really the right move. And then you also had, was it Engine? Engine, that's a bit more agility balance, which again is fair enough. So you're looking more towards the kind of centre mid role. Does make him in a 92 overall. Agility balance goes up, a little bit more on the pace. Passing obviously goes up as well. You could argue Shadow and Engine, but I personally would go more towards... Oh, it makes him controlled explosive, in fact. I would go more towards the Shadow if I'm being brutal with it. Now, in terms of what sort of Aston Villa we've got... So, Aston Villa fixtures. We've got the next 4 matches as of today. So in terms of matches, we have got, so not Ajax, we've got Spurs, we've got West Ham, we've got Wolves, and we've got Man City. I mean, it's probably not the greatest free fixtures he could have in the world. Tottenham obviously are on their case, so that's going to be absolutely massive. It's not as if West Ham are really far behind. Wolves and Villa is a Midlands derby, so that really could be anything. And City, I mean, that's probably the worst matches he could go for. The two that I expect them to be fair, I feel like there's a chance that Tottenham, West Ham and Wolves, they could win and lose them comfortably. Like, there's an either or. If you told me Spurs beat Villa or Villa beat Spurs this season, I'm like, okay, fair enough. Same with the other two as well. Man City, I can imagine I'll accept a defeat. So realistically, we're not looking at 11 goals. I don't see that happening against them sides. The 2 wins, possible. Obviously, the appearances, I imagine. Assist, that's really what's going to hold this bargain up. So I can see a minimum 90. I feel like he'll make the appearances. A maximum probably 91, with a 92 being very, very lucky, because winning 2 is going to be it. Scoring and assisting, he's a midfielder like any. If he manages to get it, it's just luck of the draw from a midfielder. Then he could go 15 matches completely dry of assists and goals, but then the next 15 he could get double the results. So it's one of them sort of things with him. That's a tough one. That really is a tough one for them fixtures, because it puts them in a point where Villa have really got to be on it, and I don't know, I see them bottling them. That could be me as a pessimist for that, but it's a big order to go for. Now, in terms of the centre mids, where does he shape up in terms of Prem? And we will have a look at the rest. Obviously, he is more box to box with everything, so he's kind of like your Rodri-esque type, because when we do look at him, we have obviously got a bit more on that shooting now. It's the defending that could do with the work. Obviously, Rodri being a team of the year, it's a big upgrade, isn't it? Rice has obviously had his first upgrade, which is going to be mental how good he'll be. We have got the Fire and Ice one. I know he's got a bit more physicality. The 4-5 is very nice from him. That is going to be very underrated in itself. The double play style plus being at least useful as well is going to be a big one. Other than that, what we're looking compared to Ramirez, obviously Ramirez's pace and just everything about him is going to be next level in itself. But when we're looking at the cost, is he better? Like, he's better than a Stones 100% of the time. McAllister, to be fair, McAllister's very similar in terms of the aspects of him. Obviously, he's got a bit more on that physicality by 3, but in terms of the defensiveness and kind of dribbling, passing, he's about that sort of card, really. But I like the ping pass as well. I'd probably go long ball pass, first touch, have the double. The fact that it's 300k, 200k for him as well, not a bad shout. The question is, in that sort of price bracket, who comes out on top in terms of a centre mid? Is it going to be our boy Tielemans, or is there another gem amongst the rough there? So, if we go into price, we obviously have Odegaard's more of a cam. Sauer's pretty decent across the board. I'd say that's very similar. I prefer Tielemans, actually. A little bit smaller. What was Tielemans? He was 5... Where is this? He was 5'9". How tall is Sauer? She's definitely not as tall as that, but I know she's not necessarily tiny, I think. Obviously, you've got Barella. I like Barella's kind of overall game, but the 3-3 lets him down. You've obviously got Kessler. Not terrible, very similar. I'm thinking just how close they are. And that's where the 4-5, like I say, is going to be very underrated, because there's very few that have that 5-4, 4-5, or even a 5-5 that is at a smaller budget. At the top end, everybody's a 5-5, it seems. But at the smaller budget, you've obviously got Gundogan as well. Very similar in that aspect. A bit more on that pace there. Obviously, the shooting, dribbling, passing quite good. The defending a little bit left open. He's got the anticipate and also finesse shot. That could have been the better one. Long ball pass and anticipate as a box-to-box CDM type. That could have worked really, really well. Seedorf, kind of more of your cam. You've obviously got Yaya. He's just a natural talent anyway. Rijkaard, he's a better box-to-box, I'd say, but in terms of defensiveness, Rijkaard's definitely going to take him to the cleaners. And then you've obviously got a little bit further down, and you could just keep going down then. So, Price-wise, I don't think he's far off, because the big thing is he can be 93. If Villa decide to pull an absolute worldie, beat Spurs 5-0, then West Ham 6-0, then they've got the first upgrade. He could get a goal and an assist, or just a goal in the first game and do that. That's easy. 3 appearances and then 2 wins. They could do them all. Or they could do none of them. He could literally be injured next match, doesn't get a goal, no 2 wins, no 11 goals, and he stays 89. That is the gamble that you're taking with these, but I like the chances of him. Hopefully we do see this one in a couple of days and think, okay, we made the right option. I don't think it's bad for a punt, to be honest, and with an upgraded card, it's not going to be terrible. Let me know your thoughts, though, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.